On July 10th, get ready for the family reunion from hell. From the producers of the horror classic Evil Dead comes a brand new nightmare and the scariest installment yet. After her husband's mysterious passing, a widow seeks comfort with her in-laws in their secluded cabin in the woods. But as they one by one turn into something much more sinister, she discovers that every family has its demons. Evil Dead Burn, only in theaters July 10th, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent. Hello everyone, the clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and just like all of our other episodes, it will include major spoilers. You've officially been warned. If you'd like to hear the episode in full, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today to get hundreds of hours of exclusive Patreon content, all for just $10 or less. Without further ado, here is your Patreon clip.
Here's the thing. I don't want people to call this gay It Follows because I think that's reductive and I don't think it's giving the movie enough credit. Obviously, the narrative is slightly familiar and you're right. Some of the visual signifiers are very similar, but I don't know. I think that this stands apart. Like it's doing enough of its own thing that I'm cautious apart from trying to sell your friends on it. Like if you need to give an elevator pitch to the film, Gay It Follows is not a bad way to sell it, but also there's a lot more to the movie than that.
Well, I also think too, because, It Follows, like a good chunk of that runtime is spent on, how do we get rid of this? How do we stop it? What's the plan? And I really like that this movie doesn't even bother with that.
Yeah, there's a point where you think we're going to do it, and the movie just says, no, that's not the direction we're going to go in. And I agree. I debated whether to call the movie brave for its subversions of expectations and where you think certain things are going to go. I think that's probably a little too strong a word as well. But I really appreciated that there were a number of times it felt like it could have taken an easy way out, and it chose to do something different.
Yeah, 100%.
The other thing I'm going to praise, particularly in this opening scene, we will see it repeated when we get to Naim and his struggles, because I am going to identify him as the main character.
Yeah.
Love Ryan, but to me, this is Naim's movie.
I will say, Ryan, though, does have more screen time than I expected, because I knew it was Naim's movie. And everyone, Naim played by Talk to Me's Joe Bird, and Ryan played by Thrash's Stacey Clausen. Both very good in this movie. Both have electric chemistry.
Yes.
But yeah, I for sure thought that Ryan was going to be dead for most of this movie as Naim was seeing the entity taking his form. So one thing I love about the suspense of this movie is that, both of these characters are alive. And though we never see what Ryan sees, we never see the entity take Naim's form. It does add that extra layer on a scene-to-scene basis in the back half where you're like, oh, fuck, is it Ryan or is it not? And that also distinguishes it from It Follows in that regard.
Agreed. Yeah, there were a couple of times where I thought, it's so obvious. This is clearly not Ryan. This is the entity, whatever it is. And then there was one time where it actually was Ryan. I was like, fuck, the movie got me. Okay.
And I think also because the entity can talk also separates it from It Follows, which is just a silent walking figure,
Yeah, there's a time and a place for a silent villain, and I think it can be used really, really well. But I am a child of Freddy Krueger and Pinhead. I love me a talking villain, especially when we are mind-fucking you, to get into your head, to make you open doors, to bring you in, suck you in closer. And I think it's really well done here.
And in a way, too, this plays into religion. There's so many things that, I think, God damn it. It might be Abraham, but there's a story in the Bible where, God was like, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this. And one of the final ones is sacrifice your son to me. And basically, he's only testing him to see if he'll do it. And he stops him right before he does to say, hold on, I was just testing your faith. And that's what this is, right? Where it's like, oh, this thing is going to constantly tempt you and tempt you and tempt you. And as long as you don't give in to temptation, you're fine.
Well, yes and no.
I do think this thing plays a little unfairly, but we'll talk about
100%.
that.
Like, this definitely feels like we are out to settle a score. We will get you no matter what, even if you're being very good.
Well, no, if you're alone. So again, there's another messaging to this movie where it's like, okay, so like you can't give in to temptation, but if you do, just don't be alone. And that to me tied into the whole, the queer community where we all latch on to each other. We all stick together because we have to.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me did think the solution to this film is polygamy.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Thruple up, babies. Thruple up. You will always be safe.